It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Adobe Acrobat Studio, your new foundation. Use PDF spaces to generate a presentation. Grab your docs, your permits, your moves. AI levels up your pitch, gets it in a groove. Choose a template with your timeless cool. Come on now, let's flex those tools. Draft, design, deliver, make it sing. AI builds the deck so you can build that thing. Do that, do that, do that with Acrobat. Learn more at adobe.com/do-that-with-acrobat.
It was supposed to be a quick stop. In and out. Grab a bottle, get some snacks, go home. But somewhere between the aisles of a Detroit liquor store, two women brushed past each other and pride stepped in where patience should have been. Like nobody planned to die that night. Nobody thought an "excuse me" would turn into a headline. But sometimes the smallest moments carry the biggest consequences. What's up, y'all? It's Tiffany, aka Detective Lightskin, and this is One Bad Night, the cost of reaction. So we're just gonna go ahead and hop right into it. So look, Markayla Sadler, she was 27. She was born January 5th, 1996, Capricorn energy. I don't know nothing about Capricorns, but anyway, meaning sis was about her money, her business, and she was not with the nonsense. Look, Markayla wasn't out here on no crash out mission. This wasn't somebody with a record, a reputation, or a bunch of mess attached to their name. She was literally just a regular Black girl just trying to live. So her mama was Lakeisha Matthews. She had her at 17, and she was raising 4 kids as a single mama. So Markayla was the oldest. And if you know anything about being the oldest daughter in a Black household, baby, you've been tired since middle school, okay? You've been responsible since forever. Hence why I probably became a mama the minute I became an adult. Been responsible forever. That's just how we roll. So Markayla, she was an entrepreneur. She was building something for herself, doing what so many of us are out here trying to do, just trying to make a way. Because she was somebody's mama too. She had a little boy, Amari. He was born December 19th, 2019. Like her baby was little still, right? So he needed his mommy for everything. But this is the part that makes me pause. Like Markayla was tiny, like pocket size. Like they said sis wore a size 3 in kids' shoes. A grown woman shopping in the kids section, probably stepping out in the freshest sneakers for half the price. And I am so jealous of my big ass feet over here. Like she was just such a Black girl magic, right? She had that economical drip, that I'm cute and I'm saving money. Because like I said, she was a sneakerhead. She was a hustler. She was a mama just living her life. And that's why this case is so infuriating. Because Markayla didn't wake up looking for a problem, but a problem found her anyway. All because of one moment, one bump, one reaction that cost everybody everything. So it's July 18th, 2023, and we are in Detroit, Michigan. It's after midnight, real should have been gone home hours, right? So Markayla's out with her friend Corey Campbell. They had just picked up her son, little Amari, and they're heading home. Regular night, nothing dramatic. But on the way home, they decide to stop at Nicholas's Party Shop. Now, first of all, Party Shop already says what type of establishment we are dealing with. So it was a liquor store. They go inside because they just want some late night snacks, probably some juice, chips, something quick before they call it a night, right? They probably like, mommy, can I have some chips? Like, you know how these kids be like, they want chips and juice all the time. And I'm not judging, but me personally, after midnight at a liquor store, I would probably have my baby locked in the car with the AC on, me running in and out because, you know, kids be doing the most. But let's be honest. Liquor stores have a certain like energy about them. It don't matter what time the day is. It's always one man that's been out there since 9 a.m. Somebody asking you to buy them a beer. Somebody's pacing. Somebody arguing about loose change. Like liquor stores be having background characters like it's GTA. But anywho, they go inside and this is where just everything goes left. Now, here's the thing. Reports aren't really fully clear. So some say that Amari accidentally bumped into Linnea Khan, and then others say it was Markayla who brushed past her. But either way, this was something super small, right? Like it was just a shoulder brush, like excuse me, my bad. And you move on. Like the kind of contact that happens 1,000 times a day in crowded spaces. It wasn't a shove. It wasn't a swing. It was not intentional. It was literally a bump. And instead of it being my bad and everybody moving on, this is where it starts to get stupid, real stupid. Because honestly, we don't even know what Linnea's in the store for, first of all. Like, was she buying a bottle? Was she getting snacks too? Was she just standing there scrolling on her phone? Nobody knows. All we know is the girl got bumped, right? It's like, okay, that happens. It's a liquor store. It's not a library. People bump, people squeeze past each other. It's normal. And I'm just thinking, if it's like I said, it's late night, niggas be at the liquor store trying to get it in before the stores close. Niggas been drinking already. Somebody sent somebody out for a store run. Like liquor stores, especially at this time of night, you just never know. It be packed. Like people be squeezing past you. Whatever. It's like I said, it turns into a whole thing, like a whole thing. Because instead of somebody just going, my bad, and just keeping it pushing, it turns into words. And you know how it goes. That little slick tone, that little extra attitude, that watch where you going energy. And then somebody feels disrespected, and baby, that is when logic leaves the building. So now it's an argument in the middle of Nicholas's party shop after midnight. And so everybody in the store probably like, Lord, not tonight, Black Jesus. Like, we just want to go home. That's why I don't be in liquor stores after a certain time. Because like I said, people be drunk. I be nervous. Shit like to pop up. Like nothing good comes out of a liquor store late at night. I just try and stay away. But it doesn't stay an argument. It turns physical. Like they get the fighting, like hands thrown over a bump, y'all. And the mess don't even stop inside the store because, of course, why would it? It spills out of the front doors and into the parking lot. And if you know anything about parking lot fights, baby, it's already after midnight and it's in Detroit. Bad scene. It ain't a place you want to be. Because once it gets outside, it's dark, it gets louder, and it immediately gets more dangerous. And at this point, it's no longer about a shoulder brush. This is about pride. It's about reaction. And then this is where everything starts heading towards tragedy. So we're going to back up just a second, and we're going to talk about Linnea. Her name was Linnea Julia Khan. Girl was born June 10th, 1999. We don't know much about this girl, like, at all. I found, like, nothing about her for real. I believe she was born in Detroit as well. But here's the part that makes the whole thing a little crazier. They wasn't like some big mismatch, intimidating twosome. Linnea was 4'11", about 120 pounds. So Markayla's tiny, because we said she was a size 3, and kids remember, like, she was tiny. So these are like two very petite young women, right? And this was not going to be like some huge overpowering situation. It's a fair fight. Two small girls in the parking lot after midnight fighting over a bump. Maybe because I'm older now, like, it doesn't register with me, like, why this escalated so quickly. First off, I've never been a fighter. So I've always thought fighting was for real stupid. Like, I'm one of them girls I ain't never been in a fight. Like, it's just, I'm not about to break a nail. That's just me. But anyway, so like I said, they're outside now. It's parking lot energy, loud, it's chaotic. And somewhere in the middle of all of this, Linnea pulls out a gun. And now this part is where it gets like real murky in the reporting because it's not super clear if she ran to a car, if she already had it, if somebody handed it to her. That's the details are kind of fuzzy. But what's not fuzzy is this girl had a gun and Markayla did not. And remember, Markayla has her baby with her, Amari. The baby is 3. And while grown women are arguing and it's fighting and it's escalating, and then shots go off. 3 of them. She shot at Markayla 3 times over a freaking bump in the store. Something that a normal person like really wouldn't think anything of. It would just be, I'm sorry, my bad, and you keep it moving. It didn't have to escalate to all of this. Because I said, this isn't some long-standing beef or months of tension. It wasn't they had history. This was literally a random encounter that lasted a few minutes. And it ends with the 27-year-old mother shot in a liquor store parking lot. And the part that's going to mess you up is that baby saw it. He saw his mom get shot. So when Lakeisha, Markayla's mom, said when she got to the scene, she said she'll never get what that baby said to her. He said, G-Ma, she shot my mommy in the head. That's a 3-year-old saying that sentence. That 3-year-old saw his mommy get killed over nothing. And that's not something you unhear or something you grow out of. That is trauma stamped into your memory before you even fully understand what death is. And all of this because somebody couldn't let a bump go. That's the cost of reaction, right? So it's permanent. Once she pulled that gun out and shots started going off, that's chaos. So then we said that Markayla was in the car with her friend Corey, right? Corey see all this. He sees shots. He like, oh, hell no, we are not doing this. And he pull out his gun and he start firing back. So now it's not even one person shooting. It was a whole liquor store parking lot shootout after midnight over a freaking bump in the store. Like, it is just so baffling to me. Like, I need y'all to, like, for real be serious. This girl lost her life because either she or her son accidentally bumped into a lady. You people have bumped into me, or think about how many people have bumped into you and you ain't thinking nothing of it for the most part. It's just, you be like, all right, my bad, it ain't a big deal. So I said people running, they ducking, they probably dropping their snacks because nobody expects to be dodging bullets on a late night liquor store run. And like we said, the baby is still there. Instead of being asleep somewhere, he's outside witnessing grown folks crash out in real time. And then Linnea, she don't stay. She don't even call for help. She don't do none of that. Sis got in the car because I don't think she was driving herself, but whoever she was with hit the gas and they sped off and they left. Markayla's on the ground. Corey's still there. The baby is there. And all of this because somebody couldn't handle being bumped in a liquor store aisle. This is the cost of reaction. Now, it's 12:53 in the morning, and Livonia police get dispatched to the Nicholas's Party store on Merriman Road for a shooting. When they pull up, unfortunately, Markayla's already on the ground, and she is gone. She has gone home to glory. One gunshot wound to the head. That was it. It was that fast over a freaking bump. Like, I just can't get past it. I know I keep repeating that, but it's just so baffling to me. Like, it's just baffling to me. So the witnesses who actually stayed, because you know how folks scattered, the second bullet started flying, they told police a play-by-play. They said shoulders were brushed, words were exchanged, hands were thrown, a gun pulled, and life is now gone. Like a crash out speed run. But this is the part that gets even messier. So Linnea, apparently, she got grazed in this whole situation too, probably by Corey. Because like we said, he wasn't just standing over there watching his friend get shot. He started firing back. So now it's not even a shooting. It's a whole liquor store parking lot shootout after midnight. Like we said, it was probably snacks on the ground. People was probably ducking behind cars. Everybody was screaming. And a baby was watching his mama die. It was just pure chaos. So police actually ended up putting warrants out for both of them. Because, you know, people had... people was taking pictures. There was surveillance, and all they had to do was run some plates. So Linnea and Corey actually ended up getting warrants, and I can't figure out if they turned themselves in or if they got picked up. But either way, both of them ended up in cuffs. Now, Linnea, she was charged with second-degree murder and a felony firearm. They didn't get that girl no bond. They said, nope. They said, you're not going home. Have a seat. Just go sit in the corner. Because once you shoot somebody in the head in the parking lot, the judge is not going to be like, okay, girl, pinky promise you're going to come back. No, your ass going to sit there. And she was actually looking at 30 years. 30 years for a moment of ego. And mind you, the girl is 23. So you wouldn't get out until you're 50-something. Like, golly. And that's if you got some good behavior time. Sheesh. Now, Corey, he gets arrested too, right? But here's the gag. It wasn't really because he fired back. It was actually because this man, his concealed carry license was expired. So you caught a concealed weapon charge because your license was expired. Sir, get your stuff together. Y'all gotta be up on y'all paperwork. But anyway, his bond was set at $5,000. You know, he put his little 10% up. Somebody called, picked him up, and he was back outside. But unfortunately, Markayla was dead, and Amari's traumatized, and Lakeisha has now lost her oldest baby. And Linnea, this child, I can't even say the poor child. This child is sitting in a cell staring at the ceilings probably like, man, I've just fucked up my whole life because this chick bumped into me. And that's probably when reality really set in, because like we said, she's sitting in a cell and then Corey's dealing with his little expired license mess. So Markayla's family, they really had to do the unthinkable. They had to bury this girl. And listen, when I tell you they laid her out, they laid her out. Her casket, it was wrapped with pictures. I mean, it was designed. It was so pretty. It was wrapped in purple and it was pictures of her on it. It was absolutely, it's probably honestly one of the prettiest caskets I've ever seen. They sent her out of here in style. So the church was packed. It was standing room only. Everybody came out with their Rest in Heaven shirts, because she was loved, right? And then they had a hashtag Forever 27, which I think is so cute, until you remember that she should have turned 28, 29, 35, watching her son grow up. So her mom, Lakeisha, she did an interview. And when I tell you, it broke my heart when I'm listening to it, because that was her baby. That was her best friend. They grew up together. When you're a teen mama, you and your kid, y'all grow up together. Y'all go through the worst of the worst together, because being a teen mama ain't never easy. And I'm speaking from experience. It's never easy. So when you're young like that, y'all grow up together, and that's usually your bestie. And that was her girl too. Yeah. So, because she wasn't supposed to be planning a funeral. She was supposed to be watching her daughter thrive. But instead, her baby is forever 27. All because somebody couldn't take a bump and keep it pushing. So in the end, Linnea knew what time it was, because once you're sitting there staring down decades and you're only 23, 24 years old, baby, that's not a long time. That is your entire life, pretty much. So she goes ahead and she takes a plea deal. She don't go to trial. She didn't roll no dice. She actually played it down to manslaughter. So she ends up getting sentenced to 3 to 15 years. And then on top of that, she catches the felony firearm charge, which added on an additional 2 years. So as of now, she is sitting in the Huron Valley Correctional Complex in Michigan. Her earliest release date is January 4th, 2029. But her maximum is 2041. That is a long time away. And that's a long time to sit and think about one moment that you could have walked away from, literally. And after sentencing, Markayla's mom, Lakeisha, said what any mother would say. She said, quote, "I just think it's terrible. That girl bumped my grandson and it went from inside to outside and my daughter lost her life." She didn't feel like the sentence was harsh enough. And honestly, how could it be? Because what number of years equals a mother never seeing her daughter again? Or equals a little boy watching his mommy die in a parking lot? There's no sentence that'll fix that. Because Markayla's never coming back and her son will grow up with a hole in his life. So Lakeisha actually did take custody of Amari, and it looks like the little boy is thriving, but it'll forever be a hole in his heart that his mom's not here. And shit, Linnea, that girl threw her life in the trash too. For what? A shoulder bump, an ego trip, a reaction that lasted seconds. That's 2 lives stolen, 1 in the ground, and 1 behind bars. Now, Corey, he literally got a little 6-month sentence, slap on the wrist, whatever, for his little gun charge or whatever. And he, went about his business after that. But he lost a friend. He lost a friend. And that's why this one is called The Cost of Reaction. Because all it takes is one bad decision on one bad night. So that was the episode of Linnea Khan and Markayla Sadler. I know it wasn't a lot. Like I said, it wasn't a lot of information and research, but I actually stumbled upon this case looking for somebody. I was researching another case for Melanin Mysteries, the main episode, and I actually stumbled upon this case, and it just looked interesting. So I was just like, well, it's not a lot of information, but it's just interesting. Like I said, it was just all over nothing for real. And I'm like, now, that poor young lady lost her life. So many have lost in this situation. But with that being said, this was one bad night. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little short little mini episode. Let me know what you think. I hope y'all are enjoying One Bad Night, because I'm having so much fun with these little mini episodes, and I have so many more to bring y'all, because I like to go digging for the stuff that nobody's ever covered before. So I will catch y'all again in 2 weeks. Make sure you are following us on all platforms. We are Melanin Mysteries Podcast across TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget to join the Facebook group Love, Lies, and Alibis, Melanin Mysteries private discussion group, and it would be much appreciated if you would leave us a 5-star. Okay, not saying much appreciate, I would appreciate if you leave us a 5-star review. If you have grievances, I always say, y'all, hit me up in the DM. Please don't leave them on a public platform. It's unnecessary. So, like I said, I am Tiffany, and this has been One Bad Night, and I will holler at y'all in another 2 weeks.